The little star who wanted to shine. Far up in the sky, there lived a tiny star named Nova. She was smaller than all the other stars and often felt unnoticed in the vast expanse of the night sky. While the larger stars twinkled brightly and the constellations shimmered in their perfect patterns, Nova's light flickered softly, barely visible to anyone below. Nova longed to shine as brightly as the other stars. Every night, she would try her best, but her light always seemed so dim. She would watch the other stars form beautiful shapes in the sky, making pictures and stories, while she remained a little flicker in the dark. One evening, as Nova was gazing at the sky, feeling sad, an old, wise star named Orion noticed her. "Why do you look so down, little one?" he asked, his light steady and bright. "I just want to shine as brightly as the others," Nova sighed. "But no matter how hard I try, I'm always so small and faint." Orion smiled gently. "My dear, you don't need to shine like the others. Every star has its own light, and sometimes the smallest light can make the biggest difference." Nova was puzzled. "But how can I make a difference if no one can see me?" Orion nodded toward the earth below. "Look down there. Even though your light may seem small, there are people who look up at the sky and see 1,000 stars. Sometimes, the smallest spark of light can be the one that leads someone's way in the darkest of nights." Nova thought about this, but she still wasn't sure. "But I want to shine brightly like you," she said softly. Orion chuckled softly. "If you shine your light with all your heart, it will be just as special as the biggest star. A star's true light doesn't come from its size, but from the joy it shares with the world." That night, Nova decided to give it a try. Instead of wishing to be bigger, she focused on sharing her light with all her heart. She shone brighter than ever before, not because she was the biggest, but because she was determined to give her very best. As the night went on, Nova's gentle light stood out. Below, a little girl in a small village was walking home through a dark path. She looked up and saw Nova's soft glow. The little star's light was just enough to guide her safely home. The girl smiled and whispered, "Thank you, little star," before continuing on her way. From that night on, Nova realized that her light was special in its own way. She didn't need to compare herself to the other stars. She had her own place in the sky, and with her heart full of light, she could help those who needed it most.